Okay, I'm going to create a vector and manipulate a vector using loops. So I have a M file for loop vector. I'll start by creating the vector. And we'll run it, and we created the vector. You've done that before. Now I'm going to do something new, and I'm going to say, I'm going to create a new variable stop, and it's going to equal length, which is a built-in function of MatLab, and it's going to get the length of my variable vector. So if I run that, you can see that it gives me a value of 3. It counted the number of elements. So I'll suppress that echo. Now I'll create a for loop. So make it 1 to stop. And I'll just put in I there just to make sure it runs. We'll run it, and as we saw before, I equals 1, 2, 3, so that's working. I don't need that anymore. Now I'm going to take an element from the vector, so I'll call it element. It equals vector. So let's see what this does. Element equals vector I. And you can see down in the command window here that it pulled each element out individually. 5, 6, 7, and it gives me the last element here. In the command window, it gives us a 7. Now I'm going to create a product, and that is going to be equal to each of the elements, and we'll make that times 2, and let's run this. And if we look at the command window, we can see that when we start with element 5, it gives us a product of 10, element 6, product of 12, and so on. Now I want to create a vector of these products. So new variable, vector product. What do I want to call it? I, and that's going to be equal to each of the individual products. And if I run that, down here you can see I created a vector of the products. So that all worked. I'll show you one more thing while while we're looking at this. You may find it useful when you're debugging. I'm just left clicking on this narrow column, and I'm putting breaks into the code. So I'm going to start up here, I'm going to run it, and the code runs, creates my vector. Now it'll step through. So one step, and I get stop equals 3. Next step, I equals 1. Next step, product element equals 5. Next step, product equals 10. Next step, the vector product equals 10. And if you step through this, you can see it create the vector if you look down on in the workspace. Okay, that's all. Thank you.